So guys, third video of today. It's getting late, it's 11 o'clock, and basically I'm going to keep this video short. Normally we introduce the chapter, and today we're talking about My Hero Academia, but I don't need to have this chapter. The chapter does that all by itself. What I will do though is use this opportunity to discuss things that I'll be looking to do in the future. As I briefly mentioned, this week is the last week for Demon's Plan. I'll have a separate video all about that tomorrow. God willing. And interestingly enough, reading the the comments by the authors, it looks like Ibitsun Amalgam is pretty much one and done as well, I guess. There's a comment made by the author basically saying that look, he's going to add some amazing extra content for the volume release, and then he's going to start working on his next publication or his next manga. So that's basically going to end soon. What are the other fours that are really going to end? I don't know. Looking at a few of the actual page releases, it's going to be a few of the lower ones, so there'll be at least 4 more. Now with that being said, what will I be doing in terms of replacing these? Now bearing in mind, Hinamaru Zuma I left for a very long time. I will be doing catch-ups video for that, so that's number 1. That's going to come back into regular release. Fire Brigade of Flames is on fire. The intrigue just continues. I'll need to do reviews. I will get back on those. Also in English, England release, it is called Fire Force. Let me know what you think about what I should call it. I might stick with Fire Brigade of Flames and just call it that in the video. Okay, those 2 I will be doing. So far, U19, of the 2 that I've released, U19 seems very interesting. I really enjoyed that first chapter. I'm looking forward to chapter 2. I will be doing a video on that very soon. Chapter 2 should be out in the next couple of days. And the new release for this week, for this chapter, which looks something like that demon guy, I'm going to do a look at that as well. So more than likely there'll be 4 of the 6 I will be reviewing. On top of that, Hinamaru Zuma and Fire Brigade of Flames. And then pick up my monthlies, which I've been sitting on, and Promised Neverland, which I never get around to doing, but I will eventually. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to this review. It will be short, it will be sweet, but it will be good enough to eat. My Hero Academia. After a lengthy introduction, which took about 2 minutes, let's get to the good stuff. This chapter was a wow chapter. Not because something crazy happened. The implications is what makes it interesting. Okay, let's talk about the funny stuff. So it was funny because you saw the end of the last chapter and it was like, are you taking the piss out of All Might? And then his reaction was, you've got those wrinkles wrong. It was 0.8 centimeters and 0.6 centimeters, and depending on how you do it is what year and when you know Sir Nighteye is a fanboy. With that being said though, the challenge, the gauntlet was thrown down. Because you need to get a hold of this and stamp the paper. If you can in 3 minutes, I'll accept you. If you can't, out the door. But here lies the problem. The quirk. The quirk of foresight. If he can touch you, he can basically, if he can stare you in the eyes and match your gaze, he basically knows what you're going to do for an hour in advance. The guy's like practically psychic for an hour. Here's what I think though. How would it work with a person he doesn't see, and a person whose eye contact he doesn't make, and a person who he doesn't touch? Limitations, I see. But being experienced as knowledgeable as the guy is, the guy can break down a wrinkle less than a centimeter comparison. The guy's got an attention for detail. That being said though, another interesting plot point to the whole thing was when he mentioned about Mirio being the rightful person to should have inherited All Might's power. That he is not worthy, that IZUKU is not worthy of that power. And I was like, wow, talking about throwing some bars. That was like a poof burn, mic dropping, literal segment. That was just wow. And IZUKU was not taking that down. He's enraged. He went pinball mode. He goes, I will make you acknowledge me. He's got 2 minutes to do it in. Can he do it? We're going to have to wait and see. Now here's what I'm hoping from this. Because it's like I've pretty much covered the chapter. But here's what I'm hoping from this. There's something that is about IZUKU that nobody else really has in the way he does things. He's ready to leave it all out there. The drive, that determination to help and to be a hero is what I hope the other person sees Sir Nighteye in maybe giving him a chance. There is that. There's also an awareness of how to deal with the person's ability. And here's what I mean by that. If you think of One Piece and you think of haki, the idea of Kenbenshu haki, the haki of presence, basically means you're able to know what your enemy is going to do before he does it, or and the presence of people and the power of people and all that lot of stuff. Yeah. Here's the thing though. Even though you know the attack of the enemy, to be able to do something about it, you have to be able to do something about it. And that's the key thing. There's a scene in One Piece where they go to Skypiea and they deal with one of those trials. I think it's the trial of balls or trial of string, where they deal with a guy who's using mantra. And they grab a hold of him and he can see what they're going to do, but he can't stop them because he's been grabbed a hold of. And then they attack him. So that's interesting, because if IZUKU can get him in a position, even though he knows the attack, but just for some reason can't counter it, he may be in a position to basically beat this quirk. However, it's not going to be easy considering he knows what he's going to do an hour in advance, plus he's only got 3 minutes or 2 minutes now, right? And at the same time, with him having so much experience, it might be not enough. Now, at the same time, there's things to look into his claim about IZUKU not being worthy. I mean, that might just be talk, there may be more to it, but he's saying it in a sense potentially of being worthy right now, saying that he's not able to master and really release all that power. Here's things to consider. IZUKU physically is weaker as it stands than Mirio Togata right now. Here's another thing though. His partner, the guy that's always shy and he sees people as potato faces, stated that he's always been physically strong. So he's always had a stronger body even prior to training with Sir Nighteye. So maybe that's possibly one of the reasons why. Essentially, because him having a stronger vessel, absorbing All Might's power, he would be able to utilize All Might's power of One for All quicker because his body is in a more robust or physically fit position. Maybe that's partly to do with it. At the same time, he is a more competent individual now, as you've seen like last time in like literally a second. He basically butchered, molested and destroyed all of Class 1A. With that being said, it took him a year to get to that. So there might be something that potentially Sir Nighteye can see in IZUKU. With that being said though, the chapter was hype. To see him go pinball mode and see all those things get said about him, it's got me excited for chapter 128. I cannot wait. So, a lovely chapter. One of the best chapters so far for this release. I haven't really read anything else yet. But I'm excited. I can't wait for next week. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Especially get involved in the comment section below, as I really like that element of the whole YouTubing kind of thing, where we can discuss theories, thoughts, you know, what you think is going to happen next and everything else under the sun. So like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time.